Hello there and welcome back. Tonight we will journey together into the soothing embrace of our wonderful home as we explore Fall Asleep with the gentle rhythms of our planet. A calm journey through Earth's wonders, facts about the Earth. Let us gently settle into this peaceful exploration, allowing the worries of the day to drift away and taking comfort in the knowledge that Earth's remarkable geological and atmospheric systems work together to create the only known haven for life in our universe. Imagine yourself floating high above the surface, watching as a tender glow illuminates the edges of our world, a soft halo of light gently curving against the darkness. As you gaze down, let your mind travel inward, to the very core of the planet, where intense heat and pressure combine to drive a continuous, powerful cycle of renewal. Deep at Earth's center lies its molten core, composed largely of iron and nickel, creating the geodynamo effect that generates a protective magnetic field around our planet. Although we cannot see it, this shield silently deflects many energetic particles that would otherwise harm the biosphere, serving as one of our planet's quiet guardians. Surrounding that churning core is the mantle, a zone of partially molten, slowly flowing rock whose heat rises and transfers upward, moving over millions of years in a gentle yet persistent dance. These mantle currents play a pivotal role in sculpting Earth's surface by propelling vast slabs of crust known as tectonic plates. While it may be difficult to imagine something so enormous drifting as calmly as a leaf upon water, these plates do indeed move, albeit at a carefully measured pace of just centimeters per year. Over long stretches of geologic time, the slow, imperceptible rearrangement of continents has shaped the familiar outlines of our landmasses, raised majestic mountain ranges, and created rift valleys and oceans. In one sense, we can liken Earth's plates to pieces of a massive jigsaw-like mosaic, their edges meeting and overlapping, forging the terrain upon which countless forms of life have come to thrive. This process, though powerful, seems almost graceful when considered on the vast timescale of Earth's multi-billion-year story. Now let us move gently from Earth's roiling interior onto its solid crust, where we stand, walk, live, and witness the wonders of our planet each day. In the stillness of the night, imagine yourself walking barefoot on a dimly lit, tranquil landscape, feeling the subtle shift of pebbles beneath your feet, the ground cool to the touch, hinting at the billions of years of history beneath the surface. Visualize ancient rocks that have witnessed eons of geological change, shaped by wind, water, and the slow drift of these continents. As we journey further, our senses tune to the realization that these processes, although monumental, often unfold gently and quietly. The crust's upper portion, composed of countless minerals and rock types, provides habitats for an astonishing variety of plants and animals, a tapestry of life that has blossomed because of the conditions uniquely found here. No other place we know of holds such a delicate balance of warmth, water, and protective layers that preserve such a dazzling variety of living organisms. Let us stroll slowly toward a shore where the ocean meets the land, letting the hush of waves guide our thoughts. About 70% of Earth's surface is covered by water, which remains a foundational element for sustaining life. The oceans cradle biodiversity at incredible depths, from sunlit shallows to the dark ocean floors, interconnected ecosystems that remind us of nature's capacity to flourish even in conditions we might never have imagined. Many of the earliest life forms originated in these watery realms, harnessing the available resources to evolve in myriad, awe-inspiring ways. Over the past 4.5 billion years, Earth's water cycle has had time to fine-tune itself into a harmonious dance of evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and flow. Notice in your mind's eye how the sun warms the upper layers of the great seas, causing water to slowly transform into vapor that ascends into the sky in a delicate swirling motion. These water molecules cluster into clouds that glide upon atmospheric currents. Sometimes they drift gently, sometimes swiftly, carrying the seeds of rain to distant places, ensuring that water is distributed across different regions of the planet's surface. When these clouds become saturated, droplets form and fall, providing life-giving moisture to forests, savannas, grasslands, and every environment in between. Trickling brooks and meandering rivers gather this rain, guiding it back to the oceans or deep underground, forming aquifers that store fresh water, all part of a cycle that allows plants to grow, animals to thrive, and people to find sustenance and comfort. Even in quiet moments, this cycle never rests, its invisible wheels turning slowly, day after day, year after year, maintaining equilibrium throughout Earth's kingdoms of life. Next, we gently shift our perspective upward, into the protective layers of Earth's atmosphere, composed predominantly of nitrogen and oxygen, with traces of other gases like carbon dioxide and noble gases. It is the perfect recipe for breathing creatures. Envision the light scattering softly across these layers, revealing subtle hues at dawn and dusk, painting the sky with the serene pastel tones we so often admire. Though the atmosphere may appear delicate, in truth, it provides a sturdy shield, insulating our planet and moderating surface temperatures, granting us mild conditions in which living organisms can flourish. This protective blanket also filters harmful radiation from the sun, allowing only the necessary spectrum of light and warmth to stimulate processes like photosynthesis, which powers the base of the food chain. With steady breezes and gentle winds, Earth's atmospheric motions distribute heat, moisture, and seeds of life across continents and islands, linking all corners of the planet in a single interconnected system. Contemplating these grand processes can inspire a feeling of calm and serenity, as though we are cradled in a vast nurturing environment. Let us linger on the topic of photosynthesis, an elegant interplay between the sun's gentle light and the green tapestry found on land and in the upper layers of many aquatic environments. In this phenomenon, plants harness the energy of sunlight to convert water and carbon dioxide into sugars that fuel their growth, releasing oxygen along the way. For millions of years, the oxygen produced by these living organisms has been replenishing our atmosphere, enabling the emergence of animals that rely on breathable air. The notion that these humble green leaves, through a subtle exchange of molecules, laid the foundation for so much complexity and diversity in Earth's web of life is both humbling and reassuring. Imagine a timeless forest, with bright shafts of sunlight glimmering through canopies of leaves, each leaf quietly converting sunlight into the vitality that sustains entire ecosystems. Now allow your thoughts to move further along, letting your mind's eye trace the flow of energy as it passes from grasses to browsing creatures, predators, scavengers, and decomposers, each step part of a vast cycle that ends in renewal. In Earth's soils, countless organisms from the smallest bacteria to the largest burrowing creatures recycle nutrients, ensuring that each generation of flora and fauna receives the building blocks necessary to thrive. Breathe in the calm of this cycle, knowing that beneath the hush of night, nature tirelessly works in harmony, forging links that remain mostly invisible to our eyes. If we pause a moment to reflect on the grand scale of time, we come to appreciate that Earth has not always looked the way it does now. Instead, it has undergone countless transformations across immense spans of geologic history. There were periods when the planet was far warmer, with lush forests in regions that are now quite cold, and intervals when ice sheets reached far beyond their present boundaries. Over many millennia, shifts in climate were influenced by the distribution of continents, variations in Earth's orbit, and the composition of the atmosphere itself. Nonetheless, the planet adapted, supporting changing patterns of flora and fauna, each era leaving behind fossils that whisper stories of the past. We can imagine the extraordinary variety of creatures that once roamed ancient lands or glided through primordial seas, each adapting to the environment of its time. While many species faded, others persisted, evolving into new forms that suited the changing terrains or climates. On gentle nights like this, reflecting on the great tapestry of life helps us understand how Earth's slow transformations sculpt and guide the fate of living organisms, reinforcing our connection to the same forces that shaped forests, deserts, mountains, and shorelines everywhere. Let us immerse ourselves more completely in the notion of plate tectonics, for it remains a defining feature of a geologically active world. Separate fragments of Earth's outer shell shift slowly over the molten mantle, carrying with them the familiar shapes of continents and ocean basins. Where two plates edge closer, mountains can rise. Where they diverge, new sea floor emerges, pushing older crust outward. Where plates slip past one another, the movement can cause earthquakes, soft rumbling reminders of our planet's restless spirit. Even the mightiest summits, from time to time, are subject to weathering by wind and rain, crumbling grain by grain, forming sediments that streams and rivers carry out to the sea. Those sediments may settle in layers, then, under pressure, transform into new rock. In quiet reflection, we can sense how everything on Earth is connected by cycles that, over vast eons, build and rebuild the face of the planet. Once we appreciate this slow but relentless geological music, we may find that our own pace slows in response, and we soften our perspective, aligning with the unhurried rhythms that govern Earth's evolution. Now picture Earth's tilt and rotation, granting us the familiar cycles of day and night, as well as the progression of the seasons. It is calming to observe how these transitions unfold, bringing variations in warmth and light that shape the life cycles of plants, migrations of animals, and even the moods of many humans who find solace in the arrival of spring or the restful hush of winter. With daily rotation, we witness gentle sunrises that herald each new day, saturating the sky in soft light. At day's end, we watch the sun dip below the horizon, painting the heavens in the pink and orange glow of twilight. These dependable patterns have oriented our ancestors for countless generations, weaving a thread of connection between our experiences and those of people who looked at the same sky centuries ago. Picture, if you will, drifting off to sleep with the recollection that we are part of this continuum, an unbroken chain of observers all marveling at the grace of nature's continuous cycle. For even greater reassurance, consider the broad tapestry of living organisms that inhabit Earth alongside us. From microscopic algae to the vast stands of centuries-old trees, from plankton drifting in the oceans to gentle giants roaming across continents, life manifests in countless shapes and sizes, each adapted to flourish in its own niche. Every species contributes in some way to the balance of Earth's systems, forming webs of interaction that tie together air, water, soil, and energy. The exchange of gases in respiration and photosynthesis, the nutrient cycles that pass elements from organism to organism, the subtle influences of temperature and moisture that determine where a particular creature can live. These all interweave in a way that remains awe-inspiring in its complexity and beauty. Pause a moment to reflect on how this immense tapestry quietly weaves itself together under the hush of night, a symphony of existence, always in motion, always adapting. Take comfort in the idea that as you settle into slumber, forests continue to quietly filter the air, streams continue their meandering paths, and gentle breezes carry seeds to new terrain, ensuring the perpetual renewal of life. Thinking about Earth's biodiversity also brings our focus to the delicate balance that has existed here for eons. Life on Earth in its myriad forms is supported not only by the physical ingredients, sunlight, water, minerals and gases, but by the relatively stable conditions born of geological and atmospheric processes. While there have been dramatic changes over Earth's history, the planet continues to provide streams of fresh water, breezes of clean air, and soils teeming with microscopic organisms. Reflect on how remarkable it is that this finely tuned balance persists, even as individual species and ecosystems shift with time. A soft wave of gratitude can accompany this realization, offering us a gentle sense of comfort in knowing that the entire planet functions as a cohesive whole. Allow your mind to drift deeper into that sense of interconnection, letting the knowledge of our planet's unity envelop you like a warm blanket on a cool evening. Now let us consider Earth's surface waters once more, not just as oceans, but also as lakes of all sizes, wetlands, swamps and winding rivers. They are the planet's veins, transporting nutrients, reshaping landscapes, and supporting communities of fish, amphibians, birds, mammals and other creatures that rely on water both for sustenance and as a habitat. When rains fall and fill these water bodies, they become places of exuberant life, flanked by lush banks of reeds or forest canopies overhead. In drier areas, water is comparatively scarce, and so the arrival of seasonal rains is cause for growth, metamorphosis and renewal. Here life bursts forth in a brilliant display of resilience, timed to coincide with the moisture that briefly graces the region. These pockets of the planet, some ephemeral, others long-standing, serve as gentle reminders that even the most seemingly inhospitable places can harbor life when the conditions align just so. As you imagine these places, allow the sounds of trickling streams and the glistening surface of silent lakes to soothe your spirit, calming your mind. Earth's systems are never wholly static, yet they pulse in a steady, confident rhythm that transcends human lifespans and invites an appreciation of the long, patient arc of natural processes. When we look at wide plains, we might be reminded of the ancient seas that once covered them, leaving behind layers of sediment rich in fossils. Similarly, in mountainous areas, geological forces have crumpled and uplifted the crust, revealing rock strata that date back tens or even hundreds of millions of years. Tucked away in those strata might be the remains of creatures now long extinct, silent witnesses to epochs that precede ours by unimaginable spans. Visualize the layers stacked one atop the other, each telling a chapter of Earth's steady progression through time. Such layers provide hints about past climates, environments and biodiversity, though it takes the careful eye of geologists and paleontologists to piece together these records from the stones themselves. Yet on a hushed night, we can let our imaginations gently reconstruct those bygone worlds, turning over images of lush ferns, peculiar reptiles, or vast shallow seas that once nurtured reefs overflowing with life. Another comforting reflection can be found in Earth's capacity for restoration over the long term. Volcanoes, for instance, though often associated with dramatic eruptions, can also produce some of the richest soils once their lava breaks down and weathers. This transformation can lead to verdant regions where forests flourish, thanks to the nutrients released from the cooled volcanic debris. In this way, Earth's more forceful geological processes inevitably feed into the cycle of renewal, as destructive events can eventually create opportunities for new life to thrive. Even earthquakes, while sudden and frightening in human terms, help relieve the stresses building along tectonic boundaries, continuing the slow and constant shaping of continents and ocean floors. As you dwell on these thoughts, notice that a sense of equilibrium prevails, an undercurrent that ensures Earth's systems remain in harmony over the grandest spans of time. Consider also how the atmosphere, with its patterns of winds and weather, sculpts landscapes through erosion, carrying away small grains of sediment that travel across great distances. Clouds drifting overhead release water onto mountaintops, which trickles down into valleys, carving rivers that meander through the land before finally rejoining the ocean. This unbroken link between sky, land and sea quietly orchestrates the conditions that allow forests to take root, flowers to bloom, and creatures of many shapes and forms to wander freely. Throughout these cycles, Earth's climate remains intimately tied to interactions among the oceans, atmosphere, and biosphere. While localized weather can shift from day to day, the broader climate patterns serve as a stable backdrop in which life's tapestry is woven. In your mind's eye, drift now toward a bright dawn taking shape on a towering cliff above a calm sea, rays of light bathing the rocky shore in warm colors. The wind, gently swirling, carries the faint scent of salt and wet stone, reminding you of the continuum of change on this planet we call home. Even as you rest, the same wind will carry seeds from trees and shrubs to new locales, perhaps giving rise to fresh pockets of greenery that will eventually support small insects, which then provide nourishment for birds, weaving yet another thread within Earth's intricate web of life. Let us shift our focus once more to the interplay between Earth's geology and biology, as evidenced by coral reefs or nutrient-rich coastal wetlands. These special zones arise where land meets water, nurturing habitats capable of supporting an incredible diversity of species. The gentle tides deliver nutrients while providing a nursery for young fish or invertebrates, ensuring that generations of sea life continue to flourish just offshore. Meanwhile, root systems of wetland plants stabilize soil and filter water, demonstrating yet again how systems on Earth support and reinforce each other's stability. These places hum with activity, yet remain testament to the tranquil interconnectedness that permeates the planet's ecosystems when viewed from a place of stillness. Each region, whether an arid desert, a lush rainforest, a chilly tundra, or the rolling grasslands in between, exhibits its own subtle rhythms. Deserts bloom quickly after seasonal rain, forest canopies shift with the changing light, and tundra permafrost retreats just enough in summer to permit wildflowers and mosses to emerge in bright display. Observe that in all these environments, life remains keenly attuned to Earth's cycles. Creatures might breed according to temperature changes or the availability of food, migrating between regions to follow the resources that allow them to survive. This careful interlinking of behaviors and conditions suggests that Earth has served as a stage for a profound story of adaptability, spanning many millions of years. Even as conditions have waxed and waned, life has continued to forge new paths, branching into the vast variety of species we see today. There is a placid comfort in knowing such diversity and resilience have flourished on our planet long before our lifetimes, and will likely continue far beyond them, given the ongoing synergy of Earth systems. Let your thoughts now settle on the present moment, when night cloaks the land in gentle darkness, and many of Earth's creatures slip into rest. In places across the globe, nocturnal animals emerge under the comforting glow of moonlight, quietly hunting or grazing. Meanwhile, diurnal creatures find their respite as the hum of activity subsides under the starlit sky. In the distance, you can almost hear the soft rustle of leaves, the muted trickle of nocturnal streams, the faint whisper of the wind in the upper branches. Much like our own need for sleep, this planet fosters cycles of rest and renewal, ensuring that energy is conserved and refreshed. Day and night complement each other, just as all things on Earth seem to balance, gently seesawing back and forth in a never-ending dance. Slide even deeper into relaxation by imagining the sunrise that will gradually light the horizon in hours to come. The first rays of morning will illuminate seas, mountains, valleys and forests, awakening the planet's diurnal life once more. Songbirds will greet the day, leaves will gather sunlight, and water will sparkle as a new cycle of growth, feeding and nurturing unfolds. What we witness in such everyday events is the quiet persistence of Earth's gentle rhythms, a backdrop that continues regardless of our personal concerns. As you nestle into your rest, feel the deep reassurance that comes from remembering we have a place within this vast orchestration, a home sustained by finely balanced cycles that are patient, generous, and endlessly renewing. Let your breathing slow as you contemplate the artistry that occurs when geological processes, water cycles, cloud formation, and atmospheric dynamics all converge. This planetary symphony evolved over billions of years, leading to conditions that greet us each morning with breathable air, drinkable water, and nourishing soils where crops can grow. It is remarkable that while Earth undergoes continuous change, eruptions, tectonic shifts, erosion and renewal, there remains a steadfast quality to its fundamental systems, ensuring life can find its niche in even the most remote corners of land and sea. Recall that the earliest single-celled organisms once occupied ancient waters, gradually transforming Earth's atmosphere and making way for more complex organisms to emerge. Generation after generation, life has branched, adapted, and flourished, weaving a living tapestry upon the planet's surface. From the vantage point of a calm evening's reflection, we see how these developments came neither too quickly nor too slowly, but in just the right intervals for ecosystems to stabilize and integrate new forms of biology. Each lineage of life, from towering trees to microscopic plankton, works alongside the rocks, the rivers, the sunlit sky, and the silent interplay of deep earth forces. Breathe in and out slowly, letting this awareness soothe your mind, as if each exhale releases the tension of the day, returning it to the currents of Earth's ceaseless cycles. Picture now a meadow at sunset, long grasses swaying in a gentle breeze, reflecting the last orange rays of light as the day begins its transition to dusk. This single scene encapsulates so much of Earth's essence, the interplay between warmth, moisture, growing plants, and the atmosphere. Animals find shelter among the grasses, soil organisms break down nutrients beneath your feet, and water vapor gently condenses into dew that will nourish the plants overnight. High above, the cooling air signals a shift in atmospheric conditions, guiding breezes that will later transport clouds to faraway regions. The entire system quietly breathes as one, never pausing, never rushed, always cycling forward into the next moment. It is a ballet
yourself be reassured by the awareness that these broader processes will continue, allowing Earth's fundamental character to endure. As we near the close of this calm exploration, think back to the many factors that make Earth the hospitable place we know: a churning, heat-driven core that generates a crucial magnetic field, a protective atmosphere that shelters and warms us, a steady water cycle that quenches the land and fills the seas, and a vibrant living realm that continuously shapes and is shaped by these physical forces. This is how Earth has become the only known haven for life, fulfilling every requirement for growth and adaptation, bestowing a constant sense of wonder upon whoever stops to look deeper. When we look at forests, oceans, deserts, or prairies, we observe the lasting results of billions of years of interplay between the molten depths that give rise to new crust and the shining sun that powers photosynthesis, between the drifting continents that create varied climates and the living organisms that alter our atmosphere and recycle nutrients. In all of these processes, subtlety is key. Each phenomenon takes place at a measured pace, building upon what came before it and forging a future that remains linked to the sweep of Earth's geologic and biological legacy. In this knowledge, you can find a gentle sense of tranquility, one that can guide you into a place of restorative rest. Our planet's wonders remind us that we are part of something larger,